Well, hey y'all.
Paul. We're here at the Redwood National Forest. We're at the Prairie Creek Visitor Center, and we're just walking around, going down some trails, and wanted to show you one of the big, huge redwood trees that are here. These are coastal redwoods. So it's actually 2 or 3 trees that have grown together to make one huge big tree, but let me just show you the size of this fella. He's huge. Yeah, Paul, go over there and stay. Wow. And so let's look up and up and up. He's so tall you can't even hardly see the, well, you can't see the top. But some of these old trees get over 300 feet tall, and they're practically impervious to just about anything. So tell us.
Yeah, their bark is so thick, sometimes as much as a foot thick, and it is resistant to both fire as well as insects. So
And fungus.
and funguses and anything else. So they're adapted for really, really long life.
Yeah, they also have a chemical barrier to help keep fungus out. And this one you can see has had some fire on it, but look at the bark here. We're talking about how thick it is. It's over a foot thick, just the bark. And he still grew, even though he had this fire damage, probably a long time ago.
All right, let's go do some trails.
I'm with you. The trail that we're on right now is called the Revelation Trail, and this is one big tree. It's not 2 or 3 trees grown together. And there's a couple more big ones over there. You can see how that third tree had some fire damage.
Well, if we don't make it to Fern Valley, we've seen lots of ferns here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm stopping here because of all the fern in this area. This is just amazing. It's almost like being back in a prehistoric forest.
How would you know? You're not that old.
No.
You do have a birthday coming up, but you're not that old.
I'm just,
You're not prehistoric.
Imagining. Okay, I imagine.
Get me in trouble. Get myself in trouble.
This area is talking about how dead giants support new life. This is the top section of this tree, and you don't really realize how long they are until, like this one, it's on the ground, and you start walking along it, and you realize, oh my goodness, this is a huge, tall tree, or it was. This is still part of the tree. It just keeps going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. And here's the base of it. Look how big it starts getting at the base.
Okay, that's 26 paces, and a pace for me is 5.08 feet. So 5.1 feet times 26. So 25 times 5 is 125, and this tree has been cut off.
Yeah, so that's the least that it was, 125 feet high.
About 130 feet, just of the trunk that's laying here.
Yeah. That's a long tree.
That's as long as those windmill blades.
Yeah,
They're
you're right.
125 feet.
Yep, you're right. There's signs at the visitor center that give a lot of information about the trees, and though their root system is very shallow, some not more than about 6 feet, they're so closely grown together that their root system interlocks. And right here is an example of that type of root system. They had to cut it in order to make a path through here.
This one.
Oh, I
Or
see
these.
that one. 1, 2, 3, plus 4 trees grown together. Sometimes they come in and they cut down undergrowth to make way for the trees to grow bigger and taller.
And there's one of those Sitka spruces that we thought were so huge before.
Yeah, they're not that huge now, are they? You want to take a gander of where we are? We are inside a hollowed out tree that's been damaged by fire. And there's all these crooks and crannies, and this is as far back as it goes. And there's the entranceway. There's Paul. Okay, let me show you this from the outside. Again, this is a very huge,
Big tree.
big tree. Oh, look at this. Prairie Creek is right down here. It runs through this whole area, and salmon spawn in this creek. Well, this is the Prairie Creek.
Yep.
I found a foot trail. And again, that's not stone over there, that's trees. A huge tree that's fallen over.
Looks like it might be a dwelling
A dwelling,
or something.
probably. We're not gonna go check it out.
Watch your head.
And then these trees probably grew up from this one that fell. Dang. Golly. Look at that. That is huge. Are you amazed?
I am. I'm amazed mostly at the thickness of the bark.
Yeah. Now here's another one that was burned out. It's just a stump now, but it's amazing. What'd you say?
The trail goes through the tree.
Let's go through the tree. Which way do I go? Left or right? I don't want to get lost. I know which way to go. I didn't get lost.
Good. So what was that comment you just made?
I feel like we're walking among giants.
You know why?
We are.
That's right.
This is just amazing. It's so pretty right here.
Aren't you glad we took the nature trail and not just the little paved trail?
Yes, oh, adventurous one. I'll get our snacks ready. Just want to tell you just a little bit about the forest. This part of the forest is called the Maple Lund Grigg Grove, as seen on the plaque here. And in 1918, a group of people got together to save the redwood forest. It's called, and the group was called Save the Redwood League. And their job was to get funds up to purchase the land to save the redwood trees, because before then there was a lot of logging on this land. It was said that one redwood tree could produce enough wood to make 21 houses. And so in the late 1800s, that's what they were doing up here, a lot of logging. And this group decided to get together and stop the logging and purchase the land. And they donated the land to the California State Parks, so they could be here for our enjoyment today and for future generations. Sometimes you just find a Kodak moment and you got to take advantage of it. Hey y'all! There's a big tree. That's a very big tree. This way to more big trees.
There's bigger trees.
Yeah, there's bigger trees. And this is the biggest tree that we've seen so far. This is called Big Tree. It is
Big.
286 feet high, a diameter of 23.7 feet. The circumference is 74.5 feet. It's estimated to be 1,500 years old. And it is a giant. It just dwarfs all the trees around here. And this trail was called the Big Tree Trail. We started up the trail, and first thing you see is what?
Big trees.
Big trees. And I'm like, well, maybe this is called the Big Tree Trail because there's big trees here. Well, Big Tree was at the end of this trail. Earlier we thought these were 3-leaf clovers, but they have a purple underside. Paul asked the ranger what they were. Oh, see, it's purple. And she said they were redwood sorrels. We keep joking that any moment we're gonna see little elves running out from the tree yelling, "The cookies! The cookies!" We're getting ready to take a hike through Ladybird Johnson Grove, and it was named after Lady Bird Johnson, who came with Richard Nixon to help dedicate this national park in 1968. Yeah, I'm reading from a sign. Okay, so these redwoods are among some Douglas firs and other vegetation that are ridgetop redwood forest. And they don't have as favorable as growing condition as the ones down below. So they have to share this ridgetop with a lot of other
trees.
trees. And Paul bought him a new jacket. How you like it? It looks good on you.
Thank you.
This is one of the large trees here in this grove. It looks like it's one of the taller trees. But there's not quite as many of these tall trees as there is down below. But it is a pretty forest trail. You to go the self-guided tour route or this one?
Doesn't matter. We don't have the self-guided tour thing.
Let's go this way. You know what's interesting here
What's interesting here?
is that we still have blue sky on this side, and the fog is just now making its way through the trees over here.
Very interesting.
And you can still, well, you can still see the sun a little bit coming through the trees. I think we're coming up on what used to be called, you could call it, plump person's squeeze.
Checking to see if the elves are home.
Are they?
No.
No, they're not home.
No marmots, no elves.
Okay. With a front door and a back door.
And a side door. You got a front door, back door, and a side door. It wouldn't take much to seal this up to there to keep out rain.
Oh, and it's got steps down onto it
Yep,
also.
got steps to it.
There we go.
This is the kitchen right here.
Oh, that's the kitchen.
Yeah, that's the kitchen. That way you're not right over top of stuff and the smoke will go out as long as the wind's blowing this way. The bedroom over here, on the side, it comes the bedroom.
That's a window. See how it looks square?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. Oh. Actually, there's a crack.
Let's go on out before Mr. Bear comes back home.
All right. I'll agree with that. Oh. This may be one of the biggest trees in this grove that we've seen. We've seen. Paul just paced around it, and it was
About 100 feet around.
They're all big trees.
They're all big trees.
This sign shows what this forest looked like in 1968 when it was dedicated. And it also shows a forest of ancient old trees, the one on the left, and of second growth trees, the one on the right. And it really puts this place into perspective, how fragile our natural resources are and how we should do what we can to take care of them.
So from Lady Bird Johnson Grove in the Redwood National Forest,
We say
bye
bye,
y'all.
y'all.